Opera of the Figarlands. Listen up. Okay, so it's long been understood that you can't simply become a celestial dragon. They are royal bloodlines descended from the original 20 kings who formed the world government 800 years ago. But very recently, with Harald and Loki, we saw that the same does not hold true for God's knights. And if special ancestry is not a requirement for knighthood, it's reasonable to suggest that Figarland also came from the outside. And I believe the Figarland portion of that name comes from Mozart's Figaro, arguably the most famous opera character of all time, you know, like Figaro, 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 that guy. In the opera, Figaro is not a king or a noble by birth, but a servant who understands the system better than those who rule it. The tension of the opera is simple. What happens when a servant becomes clever enough to rival his masters? He represents the hidden threat of hierarchies, the underling who rises through loyal servitude but learns too much along the way. Throughout the opera, the audience is made to wonder, what will Figaro do with the knowledge and power he's garnered? And that's the fun part, because Garling isn't the only Figarland. Oda shows us 3 paths Figaro can walk. Garling is the Figaro who stayed a servant, who chose order and loyalty to the true power Emu. But that respect and loyalty does not extend to the Celestials or even the Elders. Garling worked and earned his rank, but he can see that the rest of them are just pawns. And to the Elders, the rise of a mere servant like Garling creates tension. He is an unwanted reminder that their power is leased and they themselves are replaceable. Shanks is the Figaro who capitalized on his proximity to power, used it to learn all he could, and one day will return to use it against them. Shanks was never disillusioned by power. He saw Mary Joie for what it truly was, a prison. He is the Figaro who recognized his servitude and rejected it. Shanks chooses freedom. And then there's Shamrock, the truest parallel to Figaro, because we, the audience, are still wrapped in the tension of the opera. Will he or won't he? He was raised believing he was royalty, and he never once questioned his loyalty, but when Shanks returned to Mary Joie, caused mayhem, and returned to piracy, he undoubtedly opened Shamrock's eyes to reality. His brother was free, but Shamrock's life belonged to Emu. I don't know. Follow Stretchy for more.